Hey guys! Excuse my appearance. I look a little pale, but I put a little bit of foundation on my face because I have to go to the doctor, and I'm also going to go to the gym, which is why you may not see, but I do have a sports bra on. I'm not going to flash y'all my whole thing because that's just inappropriate for YouTube and for everything, honestly. I don't know who you are. Excuse this mountain growing on my face. I'm very upset about it. Just ignore it and pretend it's not there, okay? Okay. So today I wanted to come to you guys with a story time. I haven't done a story time on my channel yet. I watch story times all the time. They're very entertaining depending on who it is. And I hope I'm entertaining to y'all because this is a very funny story. I mean, it's not a funny story because I was 7, but I mean, what you gonna do? Like, sometimes I just laugh at things that are supposed to be like traumatic, but you know, it's whatever. It's totally fine. So I mentioned in my last video that I am Haitian. Both my parents are Haitian. My parents were both born there and raised. My father came here when he was 10, so I guess he wasn't really raised in Haiti, but my mother came here in her late 20s, so both my parents are Haitian. I was born in New York City, so I am Haitian American, but I was raised as if I was Haitian and born in Haiti and raised like I was in the countryside of Haiti, so technically I'm just Haitian. You know, love my country, love my culture, love my music and the food. I was raised in all of it. I've only been to Haiti twice. I would like to go more frequently when I have the funds to. The first time I was there, I was 7 years old, and that was the time that I first smoked a cigarette. And the last time too, because it was a very traumatic experience. I went with my older sister, who was 9 at the time, my older brother, who was 8 at the time, my grandmother, my aunt. Oh, and my little brother came too. Like, he was a baby. He was born 2001, and this all happened in 2003, the summer of 2003. It was just us kids. My parents didn't come. I'm not quite sure why. I think maybe they just wanted us to have our first experience of Haiti on our own without them there, or maybe they just couldn't afford to go together, or I don't know what it was, but they all sent us together with my grandmother and my aunt as chaperones. And yeah, we went to my grandmother's house in Port-au-Prince, the capital of Haiti. It was a very nice house. It was a very nice family. I had a great time. It was my first time out of the country, obviously, and it was a very new experience for me, obviously. Like, Haiti is nothing like America. The air is very dry. The people are very black. It's a third world country, so it's not like America at all, you know what I'm saying? But it was a very great experience. I loved Haiti when I was there. I had fun. I had good food. It was so different. I had so much fun. I had a diary and I wrote in it like every day. So it was a very good experience and I loved it a lot. However, one experience that was not fun was the first time that I smoked a cigarette. And the last time. Gotta keep saying that because I never smoked again. Nothing. So it all happened one day. I was with my sister and I was with my aunt. We had gone somewhere, I'm not too sure where. We had gone to visit somebody or to see something, I'm not too sure. But for whatever reason, my aunt met up with some lady, her friend or a family member. I have no idea who it was, but it was a lady who was smoking a cigarette. Now, I never was curious to smoke cigarettes. I never wanted to smoke. Like, I was 7. Like, why would the 7-year-old want to smoke cigarettes? You know what I'm saying? I didn't pay her no mind because I also had another aunt who used to smoke. She doesn't smoke anymore, but she used to smoke. Yeah, it wasn't really something that I ever was like interested in doing or whatever. Anyway, my aunt, for whatever reason, left my sister and I with this lady to do something or to go somewhere or to something. She wasn't gone for very long, but she was gone for enough time for this to happen, okay? I was with this lady and my sister, waiting for my aunt to come back or whatever. My aunt's friend was just smoking her cigarette, and all of a sudden, you know, she was just like, you want to try puffing this cigarette? In Creole, obviously, because the national language in Haiti is French and Haitian Creole. So she said that in Creole, and I understood because I understand the language. She said, do you want to try smoking a cigarette? And I was 7. I was also naturally curious. Even though I did think smoking was for adults, it was the fact that an adult was like giving me an option to smoke it. So I thought, oh, I have permission to do that, so I guess I can. As a 7-year-old, I obviously didn't know all the bad things that smoking does to your body and to your throat and to your everything. And so she passed over the cigarette and I took a puff, and I didn't know how to do it. It looked pretty simple enough, and I still think it's really simple, but like, for whatever reason, I mean, what am I saying for whatever reason? I was 7. What the hell? How could I know how to smoke a cigarette as a child? You know, I took a puff. I took a drag of it. I shouldn't say I took a puff. I took a drag. I was like, right? And I didn't know how to blow it out, or I didn't think to blow it out, or it was just all in my mouth. Like, I think I was just like, I guess I took a very long drag. I didn't know how to blow it out, even though it's pretty obvious, like, to just blow it out, I guess. And so I accidentally swallowed the whole mouthful of smoke. And so you can imagine, That's a very horrible feeling. Like, even if you have never smoked before, you can just imagine, okay? I felt like there was smoke inside my stomach. I was coughing and wheezing and coughing and wheezing. Like, I had tears in my eyes because the smoke was so lucrid. Throat was on fire. Like, I just felt so, like, I felt like a fireplace. I felt like I was in a fireplace and like there was smoke everywhere. And like, I don't know, I just felt like I was on fire. It was a very, very bad experience, okay? It was very, very bad. The lady wasn't even concerned. That was the most fucked up part. She was just like laughing, like, oh, you don't know how to smoke, that's so funny, huh? And I was just like coughing and coughing and coughing. And my sister was just there, you know, chilling like a villain scrambling. She wasn't even like concerned either, really. No one was concerned about me. Then my sister tried it. She did it well. I don't remember her coughing or wheezing or anything like that. She just did it great. She did it just fine. Like, she took a puff, she took a drag, sorry, and she just blew it out like it was nothing. And a friend of my aunt made a joke about how she was better at smoking than I was, and I was upset and jealous because of that, and whatever, you know, childishness. And then that was it. My aunt came back, and like, I don't think she ever knew. That was just the end of it, really. That's the end of the story. I never told my mom about it. I didn't really necessarily thought it was a secret or that I would get in trouble for it, because again, it was because an adult gave you permission to do it. I didn't think it was that big a deal, even though I knew in my head that cigarettes were for adults only, but I never really thought I would get in trouble if I didn't tell. I just didn't tell. I don't know, I guess I just forgot about it. It just happened. It was a bad experience, and then I lived through it. I didn't die. I didn't get cancer. But I did tell my mother years later. I think I was in high school or like the beginning of college, and we just happened to be talking about Haiti or whatever. My mother got so furious, obviously, because, you know, what kind of parent would want their child to be smoking a cigarette at 7, you know what I'm saying? She was trying to get us to tell her like who it was or whatever, and I was just like, mother, this was several years ago. I have no idea who it was. I'm sorry, I can't tell you. And she was trying to go down a list of names of like who it could be if it rang a bell, and I was like, mother, I really don't remember. Like, it was just a lady, okay? It was a lady who was smoking a cigarette, and she just happened to be like, hey, do you want to smoke? And I was like, okay, I guess. So yeah, that was the first time and last time that I ever smoked a cigarette. I've never smoked anything else. I've never smoked a cigarette again. I'm the type of person that holds my breath whenever I come across people who like be smoking. Like, I hold my breath because, I mean, one, secondhand smoking is worse than firsthand smoking, so you should be holding your breath. I hope you guys are. And two, I just don't have time to be being triggered of that memory again. It was a very bad experience. It's funny to talk about now, but back then it wasn't really fun. I really felt like I was on fire. I really felt like I had a stomach full of like smoke, and it took a couple hours for my lungs to feel like I could breathe properly again. So it's not a funny story, but it's a funny story. Thank you guys for watching my first story time. It was a little short because it wasn't that long of a story. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys learned something. Don't offer children to smoke cigarettes. That's not okay. I don't know who this lady was and what her problem was, but I wish I had told my mother, because she would have gone after her and I would have remembered who it was. But I mean, whatever. It's what it is. Thank you guys for watching. Tell me what you guys want to see next. I get most requests on my Instagram, so follow that. I'll see you guys in the next video.